Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead. Welcome back to more Ace Attorney for Apollo Justice. I do this joke every time, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so, as you remember from last time, we found out some interesting things. One, Walkie is basically a dead man walking. He has a bullet in his heart. It shouldn't be there, which is where it currently is. Anyway, more shocking than that even, is the fact that his fiancée was his nurse. Which wouldn't be as big of a problem if not for the fact that apparently she knew that he was on his way to death and did not tell him. Which implies, perhaps, that she maybe wanted him to die after she married him, which she rushed him to do because inheritance? I don't know. Point is, pretty sure she's scheming for his money. We still don't know why the doctor stole the ramen stand in the first place, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Anyway, June 17th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so.
Oh, what time did you wake up?
1:01 a.m. 3 a.m.
That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me.
And the Mr. Hat. Hey, Lawbits, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Can't wait to see you continue this fever dream of a crack show. Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm not sure why the ramen stand came into this, but we'll figure it out. I think that'll probably come up today. Anyway. Yeah, 2 hours sleep. Yeah, well, if nothing else, Apollo is absolutely the people's guy. You know, you gotta respect his... I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway.
And the amazing Mr. Hat.
He's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, get any sleep? How else you managed to pull out a complete duplicate out of nowhere? Oh yeah, it's just a weird contraption she has on at all times, apparently. She always has it. I don't know why. Mr. Wright! I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun.
Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today?
Apollo's the voice of the audience half the time, like, yeah, just the thing of him reacting to all the crazy bullshit that happens. Very interesting. Take a guess.
How about Little Plum?
That's Sherman Tankable, Mom? I guess again.
That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy.
I'm just glad we're done talking about hippopotamus. That was strange. Hey, we're not necessarily. That could still come up in this trial. Hippopotamus. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alida Tiala, your client's fiancée. She's going to be a witness?
But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé?
You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear.
Well, not to worry. I've got my...
See? Fucking called it!
I've got my hippopotamus back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there.
Lucy. We were so close. You say daddy and it ironically feels disturbing and somewhat fucking amazing. Alright, daddy. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that again. I'll do it if it's part of a line. I won't do it outside of that. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, more hippopotamus. Exactly. God damn it. Trucy. June 17th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is formed up and it's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party...
Guilty of fucking... Guilty of hippopotamus snatching.
We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. She's defending herself. Wouldn't her first reaction be flashing her hippopotamus at people? I would hope not, but... knowing Trucy, I wouldn't put it past her. Alright. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon. The preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? How the fuck have you never heard that term before, Judge? His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the, lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fräulein?
Lady Tiala, my occupation is future wife.
Ah, traditional values. On which we used to rely. Lucky is a family guy. Yeah, Judge, you're older than the courtroom. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. Alright, Judge, let's dial that one back there. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution?
To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth.
Honesty. Another admirable trait.
Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime,
the defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans? His plans for murder?
Yes.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Okay, let's look for holes in this. Hey, Harry, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Nothing wrong with being a traditional wife, but Judge, yeah, that's... The way he said that was just kind of weird. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like, okay, you know, hey, you plan on being a traditional stay-at-home wife? Sure, go for it. What do you mean, unlike so many brides, the way he said it was weird. Anyway, Waki's plan.
It was the day that the family health checkup results came back.
Good to hear, Ari.
When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And, well, you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
The way his face looked when saying, plans for murder? Exactly, yeah. Plans for murder? He's almost excited by it. We might want to have him looked at, but yeah. So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then? Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. I'm doing just fine, Harry. Thanks for asking. And the bullet that took the victim's life? Was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. You could have phrased like, too many brides these days always think that's a terrible option. And that would have been fine, exactly, you know? That would have been okay, but the way he said it like, oh, you should stay in the kitchen. It's like, whoa, dude, we get that you grew up in a different era, but, you know, it's... What year is it in the game? I think it's like 2014-ish, 2012? I don't know. Point is, it's been a while, and times have changed. This isn't 2005 anymore.
How can you prove something like that?
Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them called rifling marks.
Rifling marks?
Rifling marks. Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him, but I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Let's see. Walkie's plan, yep. So I can also try to see if she's lying. But let's see. The family health results came back. Well, I don't really have anything that goes against that, but might as well check. Now, 2 rounds were fired from the gun. That's interesting, but we don't know what led to this. We also don't know why her feet, shoes, I forgot the term for shoes for a second. Shut up. Were at the office, and why she stole the slippers, which were then used to potentially shoot the actual guy. Now let's see. Wait, can I check this really quick for barrel markings? I think I already did that, but yeah, whatever. Okay, that's probably true. Flew into a rage. Yep, that lines up. Fish probably thinks his majestic beard is an excuse for being sexist. You know, he does have a lovely beard, but yeah, you're right. He would need at least also a really cool haircut to be sexist, like I have. But I currently lack the beard, so I can't even do that either. And thus we are both lost without the one thing we need to be sexist. One of the famous pistols, yep. You already know what happened that night. I don't, actually. Why don't you tell me? What happened, meaning the murder?
I tried to stop him, I really did, but Walkie wouldn't listen.
Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. Who's got the Mondo cut? He's got the homophobia pass. Exactly! Can I have a different pass?
I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it.
How can you say that for certain? How? Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fräulein. It was the defendant, Walkie, was it? Who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So how can anyone else have used this pistol? So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not? Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. I remember studying German. Oh yeah, that's... I don't know. I think for, like, a lot of schools in the US, to my knowledge, require you to learn some other language. I think mine was, like, Italian? I don't remember any Italian, so it couldn't have been that. Maybe it was... I don't know, dude. My memories of anything from, like, my high school days, that was, like, years and years and years ago. I don't remember anything from that. For the most part. Schools in the UK, I believe it's mainly French. That makes sense. Yeah, it's, like, right next to you. Or, wait. Is it? Look, my knowledge of geography isn't great. The point is, it's also in Europe. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Someone else have used that pistol? There was another! Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. But this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Technically, it could have been her, or him. But, if we're going by who I think the murderer was, it's her. Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala.
Me? But why?
You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. He's an American robot. Geography is simply not in his personalities or programming. I've still got a fat ass chin. Fuck. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I earned some reward points for accusing that lady. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this... it does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. You ever heard of the band Muse? I believe so, yeah. Yeah, and yes, I am Mr. Oldie, okay? I'm at a respectable young age of 97 minutes old. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. So you're a house husband who moonlights as a judge. I don't know why I came to that conclusion. Anyway, I think I would hesitate at murder. I'd hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. Hey, the Yanoi trope exists for a reason, Mr. Judge. Indeed it does. Yes, he's never seen Higurashi. Ever. I'm used to a song called We Are Fucking Fucked. That's one of my favorites. Oh! Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. I'll give that a listen. It's gotta be good if it has that kind of title. He's a house cook that likes power playing in the courtroom. What a sentence. I can say definitively, I think that might be a brand new sentence. I don't think anyone has ever said that in the history of the planet. No one has ever said that before. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That will put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here?
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe.
I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. That looks like a medical chart. Very interesting assortment of words I just typed out on the internet. Yeah, that'll remain for all time. It's never leaving this video. I can't cut that part out. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever... Why is your name on this chart? Now she's sweating. I knew she was the killer. Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala?
I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice.
Our warm little fiancé just froze over.
I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiala. I'm okay with this being my legacy. As you should. It's legendary. You testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now.
Now?
I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection.
Do you actually think that qualifies as an argument?
Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
Why do you keep looking off to the left like that? Like, That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love. Past laws at all. Okay. He's somewhat redeeming himself, the judge. There's no connection now doesn't fly in a court of law.
Doesn't fly?
She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitaki. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow. By being married or almost married. The judge is both climbing and digging himself at the same grave. You know, it's like he's like shoveling dirt from behind him and then stepping on the dirt and then shoveling the same dirt. To put that imagery in your head, I suppose, for how dirt works. Anyway. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves a witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they?
Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals.
Then why are your feet prints on them? So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. I just love that expression on her face. Just so clearly lying. Your moment... Your moment of hesitation just now cost you.
What's with you? I thought you were on my side.
Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints? A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all.
Well, now we see your true colors. You lack feet. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow.
This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. Her angry face makes you think of Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Uraraka. Yeah, a little bit. I can see what you mean. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder.
Well, there's little point in denying it.
Wow, I thought that'd be harder to get her to admit. Alright. Sure. Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. We both have elite ball knowledge. Oh, man. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? Why did you go, Alita?
I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend.
Imagine getting caught because your feet were a little too dirty that day. By the smell of these sandals, I can tell you were also the one who used the slippers. Ugh. Alright. By mistake, you mean... the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense. Yes, but there is still one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? I'm not hiding any dark secrets, says the woman hiding dark secrets. But she was indeed hiding dark secrets, said the narrator. Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home, too. Slay, Judge. Slay. So why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. Which is good, so he knows there's a contradiction. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake. Ah, therein lies the problem.
Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin.
Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, yeah, forehead? Oh, there is, and you're not gonna love it.
What the? No fair!
That's just how search hounds work. Sniffing your filthy ass sandals and they'll follow. Yes, King! Slay that bitch! Yes! Random bystander. Yeah, just some random person in the audience is like, slay, bitch! Slay! He's filling the holes in her testimony. It all goes back to holes. I didn't even bring it up this time. The defense may begin the cross-examination. The Maractus Clinic.
I did go to the clinic that day. My first time.
Okay, yeah, we already read that up. Actually, hold on. if this was the first time she went since she quit in January, that means the slippers here must have been from that... What the fuck? Hey, no. Stop that. Dick drift. Alright. This must have been from the day. Okay, so I need to press her on this and probably present something. Just realized that Apollo's that Power Ranger helmet looking at his haircut. Red Ranger! With the power of being anxious. Around what time did you go to the clinic? Oh yeah, they added Power Rangers to Fortnite. I feel like I said that last stream too, but like... I think that's really cool, actually. Around what time did you go to the clinic?
I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think.
And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year?
Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with.
So why did you go to the clinic that day? Let's just keep pressing her and everything. Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away?
Well, after I failed to stop Waki, I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem.
Couldn't you have called? Why go in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in.
The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by the mirror yesterday, yeah?
I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor.
But then why did he go to the ramen stand? You mean that act of malpractice on Waki, correct?
If he had just told Waki the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course, if he'd told him, he might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought. We know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police even if he wanted to.
That's why I knew I had to warn him.
I like to use Jungle Fury's morphing lines whenever doing Power Ranger parodies. Oh yeah, Jungle Fury is one of the last ones that I saw way back when. Or at least I heard about it. Dino Thunder, however, is the best one. Just gonna put that one out there right now. Everyone loves Dino Thunder because you know why? Dinosaurs are cool and Power Rangers are cool. So it's all good. Oh yeah, fun fact speaking of Power Rangers, the guy who plays Nero in Devil May Cry, aka Johnny Young Bosch, is the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if my memory is correct. It's morphin' time! Go, go, Power Rangers! Do, 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 do. Anyway. Let's see, she's not hiding any dark secrets, such as murdering someone. No dark secrets, eh?
What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing.
He's hiding something. I know it. He must have some evidence that proves it, too.
Feel free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. Murder. Stop at a murder. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend.
Let's see. But then you'd be betraying Waki, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him. For us.
She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? None of Thunder and Jungle Fury tied for me, although the Pirate, I'm pretty sure that's why they are sometimes sword wielders version of the series really good. I've actually never seen the Pirate one, I'll have to check that out. Not that I really watch Power Rangers anymore, but you know what? What the hell, I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna go commit a crime. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went to Apollo?
I'm to figure out what really happened at that clinic. And fast! First time in half a year. I think the slippers should be a pretty clear indicator. They were found at the park. And let's see. I don't think this will prove anything. Rona said they'll have some fun. Exactly! Power Rangers SPD. Oh yeah, that's the police one, right? Yeah. I vaguely remember that. That was probably a little after my time. Let's see. Big toe print, and it matches this one. And we've proven that these are Alita sandals, so these must be also Alita slippers. I don't know if this is the right time for it. Uh-huh, that lines up. I'm not hiding any dark secrets. So you say. Actually, wait, the sandals don't necessarily prove anything, because if she's saying this is the first time in half a year, those only prove that she went there, and then threw them away on her way home for some reason. The thing I loved about Power Rangers was how wacky the editing was. Oh, yeah. Like, how, like, in the suits, because they can't clearly show a mouth, they just have to, like, they gotta do all these, like, really wacky movements, and it's pretty clearly, like... I don't know if it's necessarily done by someone else, but, like, it's just funny to think about the people in the suits versus, like, the actors who have to say the lines. And all, like, the the really dramatic explosion stuff where there's an explosion, then in slow-mo they, like, fly away, they're like, ah, and then they land on the ground. They start the Zord up, and then it's like, yeah, they got a lot of great stuff in Power Rangers. Not hiding any dark secrets. The slippers don't necessarily prove anything. As an old friend, do we have anything that shows she didn't like him? That's the question. Urgent exam needed. But if he was trying to hide it, wouldn't he have just not done this? Hold on, when was the autopsy report? Okay, that was June 14th. At 10 p.m. And what about this? I know we already examined this, but... Bulb's broken. Stain on the cord. Anything else that could be important with that? What's the objection here? What's the play? Especially when they had to edit in the supernatural limbs that show up throughout the series, clearly not belonging to the person with it. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm gonna present the slippers here, because I think that might be proof that she went to the, like, People Park at the very least. Objection! Fuck! Damn, okay, we lost one little health bar thing, we're fine, we still got 4 more. We're okay, we're good. Where else would I have gone? I mean, we found those in People Park. I can't present profiles, so... Remember when I first watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl? That movie reminded me of Spy Kids. Yeah, it really does. It's got the same kind of vibe. The, like, very silly sort of setting and all that, but a very... I don't know, I think the suit design was pretty cool. Okay, we don't need these. Technically, this is him admitting his mistake. Fuck! Music would stop if I got it right. That's why I keep saying that. For those who don't know. Very fitting for the time period, yeah. Okay. So far, we're not doing great. Might want to save here just in case something goes wrong after this and I don't have to redo everything. It's gonna... you. Okay. Where else would I have gone? She knew Waki had the pistol, which may have been true. He admitted his own mistake, but we know he already admitted his own mistake. Hiding any dark secrets? Unless I can present People Park for some reason. Also, this says 2 rounds were fired, which is interesting. Also, how would Walkie have known to meet him in People Park? We should have skipped a cutscene where it showed you the consequences of failing the case. They kind of do that, but, like, not quite. Basically, it'll just say, like, the verdict is guilty, you're sentenced to jail, fuck you, and that's it, and then you have to restart. Where else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. Oh. Found in the Maractus Clinic safe, squished from the impact with the back of the safe. This lines up with the bullet. Okay, so that's where the other bullet went with the gun. Which also means she would have gone to the Maractus Clinic and would have fired the bullet. Tell him to be careful as an old friend. Huh. Time to figure out what really would have happened. Yeah. Went to warn him. I don't think she went to warn him. I think she went to get this thing. The only leaders outfit and name are puns relating to each other. Well, I figured about her name because like Alita's Tiala, but with like the syllables reversed. But, maybe this? Fuck! Just skip through it. Okay. One of these is gonna have to be right eventually. Okay. Went to warn him. She knew Walkie had the pistol. Spanish, apparently her name is like Small Winged or something like that, which makes sense considering her outfit has wings. Oh, it does. Okay. Interesting. Wanted to tell him to be careful. But he also wasn't shot in the clinic, was he? Doesn't say the location, does it? Well, it says the location he got shot on his body, but... Clearly she did not warn him in time. No. Why is she so concerned again? Oh, so, alright, so let me put it like this. She's definitely the killer. So she was trying to say like, oh, I want to tell my old boss that my fiance is going to try and kill him. It's very clearly her because her footprints were found at the scene in these shoes, and her toe print is in these footprints. And the gun is missing 2 bullets, one of which was used to kill the victim, the other one is right here. So, the question is, how do I use all of this evidence? Because currently I cannot. We already used most of this in the last trial. This is Walkie's prints, but why would he have this if he already had the gun? Meanwhile, the gun has no fingerprints. Used by patients at the Maractus Clinic. I feel like being a crime scene investigator with a foot fetish would be a weird experience considering how many prints you'd find. Alright, so it seems the suspect has a 12-inch foot size. Oh, they're like, what? Could it be the lamp? Nope. Fuck. Okay. Running out of ideas, but it has to be one of these things. Hold on a sec. Does it say anything about him that might give me a clue? Died pulling the noodle stand. Yep. Not really. I was doing so well for the first, like, 2 minutes of this trial, man. Alright. Austin, what's this white stuff doing on the tracks? I couldn't help myself, okay, Chief? Oh, God. Contaminating the crime scene. I'm not hiding any dark secrets. See, that's part of the problem, is that we know you are. Actually, wait a minute. That was it! We already presented this! This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad Herr Doctor. Herr Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waukie's failed operation. I'd imagine this trial would already be over if anyone in this game aside Apollo had common sense. Probably, yeah. Though to be fair to Gavin, he is just trying to get a guilty verdict. I don't think he really... The truth... I don't know, he did help us out earlier when he was like, oh, that is a contradiction. But maybe not in general. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor was responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Oh! She lies! She interlocks her fingers when she lies! My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten up just now. Or tighten. Oh well. Added words. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Huh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it! What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. I'd imagine... Oh yeah. Imagine wearing the same shoes that got you arrested at your court's trial. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. But we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo. With your perception check. With your eyes. And your senses. I have to smell her. What? Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Oh. She fiddles with her ring. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Huh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. You do have a superpower. It's called lie detecting plot armor. Yeah. Kinda. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. Why don't you tell the person you're interrogating the habit that gives them away? Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm gonna be honest, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't want to level the playing field. I don't want to make it easy for them. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. It was the health checkup thing. Is now he knows. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh? I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. Or what it would reveal. Okay, whatever. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Eek! Oh, she lost her feathers. Oh, she went negative for a sec. That's all, Your Honor. Imagine they can eventually confuse a fidget stim with talking for a lying habit. That'd be super dumb. Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. The defendant spins a fidget spinner every time he talks. He must be lying about everything. No, he's just very autistic. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Are you aura farming, Apollo? Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order! Order! I did it! I broke her testimony!
Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all.
Is there some type of secret sixth lawyer sense that's specific to the law degree? Yeah, once you get it, you can start seeing people lying. You can just like, you'd be like, hey, I see that you ordered the, like you go to a restaurant, they're like, oh yes, you ordered the lasagna, and you're like, wrong! I don't know, I don't know why I thought that joke would be funny. I don't know what I was doing with that. Oof. Oh, we were an Ace Attorney, not Assassination Classroom. Well, people still die, so yeah, kinda is Assassination Classroom. I guess that makes me... Koro Sensei? Or Karma? I don't know which one. Either way.
Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you.
It's kind of funny, got a few chuckles out of me. Okay, well, thanks, but yeah.
Wait.
Miss Tiala?
It's true, that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home.
It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She is the truth from us. This is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Grr, I was so close!
You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Bring her home.
Then what the fuck is this? I fucked up. Just gonna preemptively. Yeah, this is a later save time. Nagisa. You seen the blue fucker? I forgot the name. Nagisa, yeah. The femboy. Okay, so in other words, I fucked up. I fucked up horribly. Okay, broker testimony. Yep. If only there was a better way to fast forward. Wait, can I... Text skip, can I... Enable or disable the skipping of unread text in the main game. How do I... Oh wait, it's on the enable story mode in place of autoplay, allowing you to progress through the game automatically without having to press any buttons. Answers to questions, presentation of evidence, are all hidden on your path. I'm not doing that, that would be boring. But, yeah. Suspicious how you deny being a femboy, you consistently have connections to one. I will deny these allegations. Kinda wish it would just let me fast forward freely instead of just holding B for auto. Alright, here we are. Warned him and left? I don't agree. Why then was there a bullet in the safe? It wasn't the lamp, somehow. Vieira, I'm not legally a lawyer. Hey, Mari, welcome to the stream. Then, like, what the hell was this, then? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna save. There. I might as well save it for this. Okay. You warned him and left. Let's press her on this. How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning?
Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even.
Well, yeah.
Who wouldn't be scared to learn Kataki was after them?
I mean, if someone walked up to me and said, like, oh, hey, someone's gonna try to kill you. To be like, wow, alright, why? Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters or lobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers.
Sounds like the judge had quite a fright.
Nothing happened in Maractus' office that day, huh?
But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo.
I know. But we can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was in any way involved.
Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway.
There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went to Apollo?
Exactly. I feel like Maractus intentionally gave himself the pun name. Yeah. See ya, Mari. Okay. Well, the bullet, but the safe was closed when I got there. Do I have anything that can prove when this happened? Unless there's, like, glass in the shoe. Nope, no glass. Alright. Also, she would have taken them off. So, let's see. This would have happened the night of, so I guess we can use these slippers. I fucked up. Okay. Unless I can perceive her with this. Oh, she already said no. Okay, that was already the thing. Might be the bullet. Oh, wow, it actually was the bullet. Alright. This is what we're going to save loading strats. Well, I kind of have to, because I have 1 health left. I'd either have to restart now, or have to restart after it sends me back to the menu. I'm saving myself like 5, or like 2 minutes here. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? Looks like a squished up ball of clay. Well, it's metal, actually. And shut up. Kinda like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far. Peak optimization, 2 minutes is very important. Exactly. Every second matters in this sort of thing. This is a life or death situation. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks in this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves the firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad there, forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. It's analyzed, sir. What? Considering the death already happened, now we just need to see the life. That's true. 30 minutes later, of us just standing there, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. Considering how oh yeah, I read that comment. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination? Slowest bullet of all time. What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Nefarious! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Oof. Hey, Waki. How you doing, bro? You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, you lawyer man. Huh? Me? I am your lawyer. Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I did not say shit. We were all in the courtroom. I think you mean accuse. I feel like you should be allowed to have snacks in the courtroom as long as you're not disruptive and get grease everywhere. Me walking into the courtroom with like an extra large, like, Pizza Hut pizza. I mean, to be fair, Waki being here makes sense. It is his trial for a murder that he might have caused. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too, there in that park. Waki, just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... Miss Tiala? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita. Waki, exactly, dude. It's so obvious to everyone but you, man. Your honesty is like a breath of fire there, Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after? That's right. I wanted the money. No way, that's whack! I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. I did not. Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with a pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? This is just how a lot of America's marriages go, unfortunately enough. Yeah, you know, your wife tries to frame you for murder, and it turns out you're almost dying. You know, it's crazy how... Honestly, that actually is probably fairly common, but still. I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if this chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? You probably did, actually. Well, you could have taken Waki's. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is it was me. I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. Yep, I forgot about that part. Shit. Waki needs a relationship counselor. He needs a therapist. And a doctor. He needs someone to take the blood out of his chest. That chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right. Miss Tiala? Yes? It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. I like he's still moving the way he is without wincing in pain from the bullet staying inside of him. I'm not sure if you can feel it. Maybe it's just like a... It's just kind of there sort of thing. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I sold a pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later?
That chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? For wannabe tradwife, she's really turning this into a 1978-ass case. Yeah. So much for no-fault divorce. Or engagement break-off, or whatever.
And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
That was you? Who broke out of the window? Yep. That was pretty obvious.
Apollo, that sound! It came from behind this door.
Someone's in there. And yet she didn't go get her shoes, oddly enough.
A break-in! They left through that window.
So you were the burglar.
That was you two. If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing. And brazen at that.
Oh, this is a trial. Is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself.
From something that you were doing? I think we can blame you for that.
They're gangsters, you know.
Yeah, but you tried to manipulate him into marriage when you knew he was on the verge of death. Pretty fucked. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? The Maractus Clinic 2. Oh. Went there to speak with the doctor, wanted the chart, failed to get it. At the moment of the crime, yes, but then what were you... Where was he? Also, why did he steal the fucking ramen stand? Doesn't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. But how did she know that? One thing I'm gonna just save so I don't have to plow back through all that text. The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes?
So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. Me? Not you, the other forehead. Ah. Even if she didn't commit the murder, she's still guilty of so much trespassing, aiding a criminal, the whole Internet scam, malpractice, burglary, breaking and entering, theft of medical documents. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff she, actually can be tried for here. But murder would probably mean she doesn't get parole, and then, I don't know. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we had testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot in the head. But that testimony was proven to be a lie. He was on the other side. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet wouldn't hit his right temple. Silly attorney. I am silly, but why are you saying that? What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? That doesn't change anything, you idiot. You remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. And? You can't just have a glass of milk. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. He was mistaken at first, to be fair. Then why don't you show us, Airforehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. Either way, she confessed stuff that would give her a prison sentence. Exactly, yeah. I don't think she's even employed as a nurse anymore. I think she quit because she wanted to be a trad wife to like a millionaire or whatever it was. Remember the... Oh, fuck, the hippos. I forgot about the hippos. If the witness, hippopotamus guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? Well, think about it. If I say panties, YouTube will automatically detect that this is an adult stream, and therefore, none of you will get flagged as a child in like a week or whenever that's happening. Because honest to God, what the fuck is YouTube doing there? Anyway. From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Waki Kitaki was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Palmeractus was at the victim mark. Happening on 13, supposedly. Yeah, I don't know. That still seems that's such like a bullshit thing to do, you know? That's not gonna fix anything. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Yeah, you're glowing blonde. You're the one with the shiny forehead. Also, the judge kind of has a shiny forehead, so there's that too. Well, I already saved, so not really much to lose here. Someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? He's well to give him a pass. Yeah, his whole head is forehead. I don't see any other place. Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from? Objection! It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Huh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? I only have 1 health left, dude. You can't scare me. 1 HP in a dream. Like so. Double penalty? Airforehead wishes to take us in a new direction? Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. I have 1 health bar, dude. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. In the right temple. There are only 1 or 2 judges in this entire series that have hair, and one of them is a younger judge. I want to be honest. I don't know where they would have shot from. If it's the right temple... Oh, wait, wait. What if they were right here? This is where the killer shot from. I hadn't thought of that. None of us did, Your Honor. And this explains the wound in the right temple how? Shit! Alright, load. Yeah, around here-ish. What if she was inside the ramen stand? Yeah, and... Or it could be where Waki was. At that point, yeah, you know, maybe I fucked up. Yeah, objection, and then... Hey, could this be dog? Welcome to the stream. I've been in streams so long that I've become a furry. Hey! Good for you, I think. Sorry to hear that, not sure how to respond. But yeah, welcome here. How you doing? Okay. Good to hear that you're doing alright. Alright. One place where the killer could have been. Inside the ramen stand. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. Salsa helped someone motivated by it. Exactly! She was so salty she shot him. Got him in the right temple. Okay, yeah. Oh no! Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order! 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 Magic. Do you like the 3D model demonstrations? Yeah, they had a lot of character to it, you know? So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand? Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, feeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. That would explain why he stole the cart. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Isn't this the one with the magic panties? It is, but we already got to the hippopotamus part. By the way, apparently I say hippopotamus instead of panties to make my neighbors not worry about me. Or think that I'm weird. Whatever. Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the noodle stand. In the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves that someone was in that stand. The guy has a very rectangular head, but it kind of reminds me of Rambo, and I don't know why. Huh. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand? Do I have it? Can I prove that? Better question, can I prove it with what I have currently? I mean, theoretically I should have to prove it, because that's kind of where we're at the trial at this point, but where would she go if she was inside of it? How would she get in? Do I have evidence? I must have evidence, but how do I have evidence? That'd be a fake out. Could be. But... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have evidence for that. I feel like I should say I've got it, but I don't. So... yeah, fine, too bad. Too bad! Ah, fuck. Just kidding, I've got it. Ooh, close one. Let's see it. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Could it have been this? Can I dust this for fingerprints? Guess I can't do that from here. Someone was hiding in the noodle stand. I must have something. The mirror? Now the mirror's for the car. Victim died pulling it. That's true. I guess I could just present the noodle stand. That feels like that would be a problem. Also, I can't save from right here, so... What would be proof that someone was in it? Thoughts, Prosecutor Gavin? We have a choice between heaven or hell. Understood? Yeah, that's probably the right point. Relying a lot on autosaves currently. Let's see. I'm gonna save the slippers then. I will save here just to cut down on all this. Can I prove that? Yes. I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show me what you got. The Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Considering how much she's confessed, I'm surprised she hasn't stated they're the murderer yet. Yeah? Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. Urgh. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Why does Prosecutor look like Dante from Devil May Cry with a spray tan? He kinda is, doesn't he? He's got the right jawline for it. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene.
Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Yes. Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Yeah, why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb! One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the sand, some things would have to be...
Yep, she threw out the noodle bowl. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldoon's noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. I forgot about that, actually. I imagine people Phoenix and Apollo sent to jail would have very interesting prisoner stories for why they're in jail. Yeah, so, when I was on trial, they cross-examined the witness's pet parrot, and, I got taken down. Not from that, but just as part of it. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic? Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stain, I'm finished. On Carmen being in there because of a parrot metal detector. Exactly, yeah. There was a bullet in me. Oh, there was a bullet in my shoulder. All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. The murder mystery trope is getting a bit too common for me. Why don't we ever do these types of games for different crimes? Like, don't you understand how many crimes there are? Yeah, so in the beginning of the third game, there was a trial for theft that turned into a trial for murder. Yeah, I do agree. They could definitely diversify the types of crimes in this. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. The only fantasy here is yours, and we will be its final witness. No, not fantasies. There are worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent, or innocent at all. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. Imagine going to jail for committing murder from being possessed by someone else. That'd be interesting. That almost happened, actually, in the third game, but yeah. That kinda is what occurred, somewhat. More fairy tales. This whole trial's a fairy tale. Then I guess we're about to kill the evil queen, or witch, or whatever it is, because it's usually one of those things. Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night? And why was Alita Tiala, and what was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Katake family's hands, but Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakes had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. More frequently, which, although greedy and gluttonous, kink is very well an option. King, ah. Thought that was a little weird, but yeah, anyway. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brad's got his health checkup report. and that he was continuing to coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. It would be cool to do a robbery, not counting the second trial and third game, or something like that for, God forbid, littering. That would be interesting, yeah. If they actually, like, brought up different crimes that got weirder and weirder. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Okay, perceive. She's not fiddling with the ring. Yes, alright. Let's see. Anything here that can give me any kind of clue? Any weird thing she's doing with her hands? Oh, there we go. Gotcha! Fiddling with her scarf. Love how for the investigation games, instead of something magical for the gimmick, it's just common sense. Yeah? Like, oh yes, I use logic. All I did was talk. And lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. It's not admissible in court. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I'd hoped. And also stop telling her that, man. You don't want her to stop doing it. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. Seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. No shit, Apollo! Get to the truth! You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And she hurt her neck, which is why we got here. Yeah, okay. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. It's gotta be the lamp. That is the only thing we haven't played yet. What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. It's something that Polly will eventually confuse readjusting or fidgeting for lying tells. Yeah. I imagine that'll be a thing as the game goes on. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out! This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf. Eek! Oh, she knows she's been found out. ADHD people is the only weakness to Apollo. Exactly. He's like, that's like his arch nemesis, is a person with ADHD or autism or something like that. This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. We seem to have drifted off target. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No! No!
I look that whenever he's analyzing something, everything starts distorting and the music gets weird. Yeah, because it's like, he's like focusing so hard that he's like blocking out all the other like senses. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? She was almost strangled with it. Your neck, that isn't what I think it is. You're right. She got a hickey from a snail. Something did happen at the Maractus Clinic that night. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it. But wait! Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. Oh no, she's losing all of her feathers. Why is he falling down from the hit game Undertale? Dun, 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 dun. She looks like she survived. She's someone who survived a hanging. The BDSM session was a little different than that one. Yeah. Talk about malpractice. Order! 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 Will someone please tell me what really happened? Preferably in manga format. Just draw it out right here.
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus.
That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin?
What?
I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. If they see that chart, you're finished. Think of me holding the short straw. If I'm going down, I want some company. You! And what happened next? Give me an MLA Word document format right now. Yeah. Then he took that cord. I missed the one thing. How do you go from having a gun to being almost strangled to death?
How Maractus was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. Ah, I must have blacked out.
So, wait, where'd the bullet come from? So, you were the victim? And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick.
Ah, I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now?
Explain things in manga form. I think you're getting Ace Attorney Danganronpa confused again. Yeah, that was kind of the joke.
I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I then snuck onto that noodle stand? But how could I?
We don't know she was out cold. Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it, it's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for the events that day, true. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
When did this happen?
Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her.
I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
No, we don't. Very well, this finishes the cross-examination of this. Yep. Thank you, Clavier. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. This party's getting crazy. Now we rock. Let's rock. Let's rock, baby. What? Those spikes in your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin? While Maractus choked the leader Tiala, she fell unconscious. But what happened next?
He's right. There is more we don't know.
But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Apollo, are you a doctor? Guy's got a sick-ass air guitar. Can even be heard from Apollo's perspective, too. Exactly, yeah. Dude's got, like, it's like the earth just bends to his will whenever he's doing music.
Something noodle stand. Alita Tiala, half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night.
Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet.
You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin.
Me?
Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we've learned up until now.
On the day of the murder, Waki saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine.
And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened.
Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled the leader Tiala. Perhaps he sought to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Fair hair forehead, care to guess? Tried to take the body there to bury it. Met Waki, got shot in the head by other stuff. Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? Do I have evidence to show what he did next? Let me think. Did he shoot himself in the head? I don't know. People get shot a lot in these games from behind objects. Exactly. He was probably shot from within the ramen stand. Let's see. Did he fire it into the safe himself? But why would he have done that? Loaded her into the noodle stand, obviously. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand. I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? He was going to bury you. That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls?
Maybe because the sand was heavy?
Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place. I thought we already covered this.
Ah, wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala.
My corpse?
Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you. His next move would be to dispose of the body.
That's crazy talk. You're all crazy.
Also, you're a ghost. And let's think about it logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kitaki? I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
I have the collective memory of the plot, don't worry about it. Pretty much, yeah. The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin this?
That's right, he had no reason to go there.
Oh, now I get it.
It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the sand.
Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination.
What?
Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, please show us on this diagram. Where exactly was the victim dragging that stand? Well, here, actually. Victim was heading here. Yes, of course, there. Bye. Ah, fuck. The Karmas would be the best, although the guy with the silence thing would definitely control the aura of the lobby. Yeah. I do like the Von Karmas. Yes, cursor. Yeah, it's kind of old looking, but you know what? It works. Old but gold. Question my logic, yep. Fuck, is the dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin this? No reason to go there. Why would someone go to a dead end? That's crazy. Was it? Oh, it's probably the river. That's a river, right? That's not a road. There? That's a river. Oh, it is a river. Okay. Because I was trying to go to Hogwarts. Exactly. Driving them with the body of a dead lady. Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body.
He was gonna throw me in that river?
He didn't have many other options, Fräulein. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then the denouement. Wesley Stickler of hippopotamus snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts, in that instant, So I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you. They should have a Polar Express themed case for the series, even if it's just some random spin-off for cheap. That would be interesting, definitely. Like something on a train. Yeah. Well, Miss Tiala?
Nice work.
You mean I'm right? I mean, you done a fine job dreaming up a story. You get that spoiled brat off the hook.
You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Where of what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Did they have something on the train in the anime?
Maybe, I don't think they did.
Must I always be the one to point out their forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fräulein speaks of her doctor's car.
His car? That's right, the Maractus Clinic has that big garage.
In which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car.
A lot of movies would be amazing, especially Halloween Christmas films and movies for this game format. Oh yeah, plenty. And so if we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case.
I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken.
Ah, what an excellent counter-argument, Fräulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Eh?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy.
Daddy?
Yeah, he was hit by a car.
That's right! At night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car.
Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about it. Afterward, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine. His turning screen movie would be peak. Oh, that'd be really interesting, yeah.
That's right.
So why didn't he use his beloved sports car? Rolling would be a great example for a child custody trial. Or Nightmare Before Christmas, I was trying to interrogate Art the Clown. That would be very interesting, actually. Yeah, like a Tim Burton movie or something. A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead.
No, no!
Order! 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 Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use the car to carry the body? Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned? Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. Someone else stole the stand. He carried the body in the car. He doesn't have any plot community spirits to help it if you're 0 out of 10. Yeah, this is rough. But then what would he need the noodle stand for if he carried the body in the car? The car didn't run. It was already proven to be wrong, but... Actually, wait! Maybe because there was, panties in the tailpipe. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Ha! Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you could show us some evidence? Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. It all comes back to panties. Let's see now. Panties? Again? All sorts of things come out of my pants. Okay, I need to stop saying this.
Even the truth.
Because that was in the exhaust pipe, so it couldn't have been. Another crime was committed on the night of the murder. The theft of these hippopotamus. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Maractus Clinic garage.
What?
Where's your spirits only have plot convenient bracelets and panties? Yep. Such is the way of a lawyer. The snatcher hid the hippopotamus there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them. Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. Don't say those types of things without thinking of the double meaning, Trucy. Exactly. They could have changed panties to trunks or shorts or anything. Not related to panties in the international version. Yeah, but I think it's meant for shock value, which is why they had to keep the panties.
So you were here investigating?
And I was on my way home, and my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? Motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad. Looks like such a nice bike, too.
Hard to believe that it would just break from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run.
My, how interesting.
While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the hippopotamus snatcher stuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start.
What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of.
Well, Miss Tiala? This wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. Imagine she wore pantaloons, that'd make it way more goofy. Yeah, exactly.
So it does.
Finally, she admits it. Okay.
Where am I? So dark, can't see. Cramped. The pain, my throat's burning.
What's your problem?
You, Doc, I know what you did. Waki?
You lied to me, so you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. He's not just me.
No! He'll ruin everything!
Yep.
I have to stop him.
Cease this at once, you two. Boom. Yep. That's about what I thought. Living in the Eternia universe must suck. There's like a 50% chance you'll get killed for something in 20 years ago you don't remember. Yeah.
Honey, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
After these Eternia streams, I'll never be able to think normally of hippos and panties as words. And thus, my work is done. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running.
I believe he heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police.
Which is when I made my escape.
Which is when you left that slipper print.
Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though.
That was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice.
Huh?
I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Waki declared guilty, it was you.
Ow. Alright, now send back to my people now. Yeah. I start, like, levitating like Poochie. Yeah. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago. Some advice. Now it's a good time to review all you know. Fine then, bitch. You ain't worth shit either. Exactly. Put some respect on our name. We beat you. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. He lost. But I didn't exactly win either. Something's the matter there, Forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Not guilty. Court is adjourned. June 17th, 4:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Great job, Apollo. You did it. Yeah, we did. Somehow. Waki's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he always wanted to be. And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man. You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita Holmes? Or to blame, I guess. You give my Alita back. Stupid pointy-head attorney with a death wish. Enough, Waki. Enough, Waki. Mr. Kitaki. It's high time you open your eyes, Waki. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman. Don't talk about what you've done in this town, Waki. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out. Not in jail. Wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kitaki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Waki. Oh, Waki, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot. What is that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kitaki trying to become a businessman? It's for Waki, but is there like a thing that shows that like the operation would cost a lot of money, or? You. Think about it, Waki. Think about your condition. It means Mr. How Fancy. Yeah, it's German or something. Big Wins reminds me of Jamie's dad from the Blue Beetle movie, even if it was a stereotype. I can kind of see it. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe, and I found one. The doctor can take that bullet out of you, Waki. But it's an expensive procedure. Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Waki. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Oh, those were his eyebrows. What the fuck? Please understand, Waki. Dad. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for Waki? Listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. Like Mr. K's apron, it's got the wholesome nature to it. Yeah, it's got a nice vibe. Especially just how it contrasts with his face, looking very serious.
My walkie?
No, it's as it should be.
Mr. Kitaki?
I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words. I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who? Me? I don't think...
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest. The Kentucky Lime Pie.
He's opening a pie shop?
So long. Does that reminds me think of Flint's dad from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Oh yeah, that guy, yeah.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Write Anything Agency.
Hey, since when do I work at your agency?
Oh, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going.
Why not? You did help me out. There's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. My bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Well, I can't say I care much for what her father has become.
Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first.
Huh? Where?
Why to claim a reward from Mr. Aldoon?
Ah, salty noodles. Right. You got a stand back already?
Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat.
Cue Mr. Hat. Yep. Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. The end. Of chapter 2, there's still like 2 or 3 more. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Arrowhead, your favorite VTuber Android. My next stream is probably at some point this week, but keep an eye out for my schedule tomorrow. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye for now.